Hi guys, welcome to a new video. Today we have this phone. This right here is the Samsung Galaxy S2. It was released in 2011 and features a Samsung Exynos 4 Dual at 1.2 GHz, 1 GB of RAM, 16 GB of storage and a 4.27 inch 800 by 480 OLED display. Today we'll find out if this flagship from 9 years ago is still able to be used today in 2020. Alright, since I already had this phone, there's no unboxing, so here's the phone in my hands. Alright, let's first clean the phone before touching it too much, since it has been on my shelf for half a year. Because of this, I have to get the battery from a different phone since this battery died long ago. Alright, and it boots right up to the setup screen of the installed Android 4.1.2 that is already on the device. I will be using this version of Android, but if you want to check out how this phone runs on a modern OS, I would suggest checking out Budget Builds Official's video since he has got an Android 10 working on this phone. I will leave a link down in the description. Alright, and with the phone set up, let's first have a look around. On the bottom, we can see the micro USB charging port. On the right side, we have the power button. On the left side we can see the volume buttons, and on the top we find the headphone jack. Alright, let's install some apps. With that out of the way, let's see how these apps run. First off, we have YouTube, which on this device maxes out the videos at 480p. In 480p, these videos ran fine. Next up, we had Subway Surfers. This game wasn't really playable because the input lag was a bit too much in my opinion. Next up, we had a Hill Climb Racing clone. This game was kind of addicting and was a playable experience. I caught myself playing this game for about 1 hour straight on this phone. Next up, we have Need for Speed No Limits. This game sadly would not launch. And lastly, we have Candy Crush. This game was absolutely playable and I experienced no stutters whatsoever. So for Candy Crush, yep, it's definitely usable. Alright, and now on to some camera tests. For these tests, I will be comparing the photos with my main phone, the Samsung Galaxy J6. Both photos and videos will remain unedited and I won't put any music whatsoever under it, so you can also hear the microphone quality. First off, we have the back camera. For this test, I photographed these flowers. And like you can see, my Galaxy J6 takes the photo in a 16:9 resolution, where the S2 takes it in a 3:4 resolution. I'm going to keep it that way since both camera settings are stock, but I think the J6 takes the crown here. Alright, next up is video. Like you can see, my camera doesn't have camera stabilization, but neither does the S2, like you can see. But the S2 video is much more zoomed in for some reason. I think the crown goes to the J6 once again, but the camera quality is pretty impressive for a 2011 phone on the S2. Next up is the front camera. Here are the flowers again, but this time through the front camera. Like you can see, the S2's front camera quality is just a little bit under the J6, and that is genuinely impressive for a phone that came out 7 years before my phone. And lastly, we have video through the front camera. And here the difference is clearly visible. The J6 inverts the video for some reason, but the S2 video looks like it came straight out of 2005. It's still pretty impressive for a 2011 front camera though. And lastly, I tested the battery. After 1 hour and 31 minutes, the phone fully died. This is pretty impressive as this is the original battery. And with that, this video comes to an end. Like you can see, the Galaxy S2 is showing signs of aging, and this is only going to get worse and worse as time goes on. I still think the S2 is one of the best looking flagship Samsung phones of the last decade, but sadly the performance just can't keep up. And with that, this video comes to an end. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye!